Hey friends, thanks for tuning into my channel again. I wanted to take a second to profusely thank all 155 of you who've subscribed to my channel. It's wild to me to think that many people give a shit what I have to say on the internet. I look forward to being able to deliver more content to you in the future, and I hope as I get better at filming and editing YouTube videos that I'll be able to post with a more consistent schedule as well. Today's video was a suggestion by user HugeEgoSorry1032, and I just wanted to give you a big thank you for giving me the idea for this video. I'm sure you already read from the title, but in case you're just here because of autoplay, today's video is going to be a demonstration on how I do my Hime cut and keep up with my eyebrows. You will not very often see my forehead, I'm not a huge fan of it, but for you, I'll do it. The Hime cut, also known as the princess cut, consists of straight bangs across the forehead as well as two longer pieces around the side of the face that usually come to around jaw or cheek height. The length can really vary depending on the wearer's personal preference, and also depending on the face shape. Some lengths work better than others for certain face shapes. This hairstyle is thought to date all the way back to the Japanese court in the Heian period. Its association with Japanese royalty makes the incorporation into Hime styles such as HugeEgoSorry and Lolita just seem like a natural progression. It's a hairstyle you'll commonly see Lolitas wear, although it is not by any means essential to the fashion. A lot of Lolita wigs come in with Hime cuts. A lot of Lolitas that wear the fashion for a lifestyle will cut their hair this way in order to not have to wear a wig and have their life be easier. Although, like I said, not everyone has bangs. Bangs don't suit everyone, so there's plenty of people who wear Lolita without them. Don't feel the need to change your look completely just for your fashion. My eyebrows are actually inspired by a close friend. She keeps her eyebrows very short, and I always thought it was super cute, so I decided to try it for myself in hopes that it would also be cute on me, and I think it looks pretty good. That's enough background. On to the demonstration. Now I'm just gonna get a little bit closer to the camera so you can kind of see what's going on here, but this is the longest my eyebrows have grown out in a while. I grew them out just for this video. So as you can see, my natural eyebrow shape is more arched. It goes up like that and then comes over to here. When I first started doing my eyebrows very small, I would actually do them so that I would shave this part under here, and I found that look was way too severe for me, having my eyebrows go straight up like this. So I grew them back out, and then I tried again, this time shaving in a downwards motion instead of an upwards motion. I use one of these cheap little razors to do my eyebrows. You can get these for like $2 or $3 at your local beauty store. They work really well. I would recommend if you're going to use one of these, you replace it fairly regularly because they can get dull, and if they get dull, it can irritate your skin a lot. You don't want to have like little bumpies on your face. Yeah, I've done this 1,000 times, so I can just kind of follow where I have eyebrows and where I really don't in order to get my shape correct. I usually like to push them down a little bit first so I can really see what's going on without missing anything. But if this is your first time shaving your eyebrows, you're going to want to sit there and you're going to want to take your time and figure out like what angle really is best for you. Some people will like to shave under, some people will like to shave over. It's all up to you. Well, on to the main event. No reason for me to procrastinate here. So, you want to be incredibly careful with these razors, because as you can see, the hair's just disappearing like nothing. It's not very difficult to use at all. But if you grab the wrong hair, you're going to have to wait a couple weeks for your eyebrows to grow out again. Above my eyebrows just gotten a little red. It gets a little red around there, but generally that goes away for me in about half an hour. So I wouldn't recommend you do this right before leaving the house. Right before your makeup, maybe. While we're here, I'm just gonna grab my unibrow. Don't act like you don't have one. So now, as you can see, the difference. This one's a hot mess. Honestly, this eyebrow is a little bit messed up in comparison to like the shape of this one anyway. I kind of need to grow out a couple hairs here. I don't really know what's going on, but it seems like my eyebrow is just like a little bit more sparse in here. But when I had my eyebrows fully grown out, like, no one would know, and that, like, wouldn't really be an issue. Sisters, not twins. Your eyebrows don't need to match exactly, but you want them to be pretty close. You want them to look like they're related. So that was the preliminary. And I have some long pieces on my eyebrows, as you can see. I'm just gonna do a little trim of those because they're getting a little out of control. Usually I like to leave them alone for a while because I kind of like that natural-ish look of like a little overgrown. I especially like to leave them a little bit looser towards the inside of the eye because I like that fluffy look. Sisters, not twins. Sisters, not twins. Sisters, not twins. They share an auntie. Alrighty, I'm pretty happy with these eyebrows. Now I'm gonna go take a quick shower and get ready for the hair cutting portion of this video. I'm back! And I found a drink in the shower. It is Friday night after all. Now, if you've ever watched a haircutting tutorial before, you're probably a little confused right now because, as you can see, I blow dried my hair. It's bone dry. The way I like to cut my hair, because I have wavy-ish, curly-ish hair, is I like to blow dry it first. In general, I recommend if you're cutting your bangs and you have wavy hair or you have hair that sits very flat against your face, like very straight, thin hair, I would really recommend that you blow dry your hair first, so that either if it's curly or if it's super limp, that it's in the position that you will be wearing it in eventually. I do recommend blow drying your bangs and adding a little bit of curl to them. I don't know if you can see, but it adds a little bit of volume up the forehead and it just makes things much cuter. When your hair lays flat, it's more likely to get like greasy and limp throughout the day. And I don't know, I like the bounce of like a curled bang more for sure. So as you can see, I am sporting the infamous Hime cut. I've got my straight bangs across the front and my shorter side pieces. This Hime cut is a bit more of an accident because I'm trying to grow out these pieces from my bangs. Usually if I were to give myself a Hime cut, which I have in the past, it would be a bit longer to start with. I think I would probably cut it about here. I like when it reaches for the mouth, almost. But if I give myself another couple of months, it'll definitely be there. I don't have any fancy scissors for this. I don't know if I mentioned at the start of this tutorial, demonstration. I wouldn't call it a tutorial because I'm not a professional. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I've just been cutting my bangs forever. I've had bangs since I was a little kid. In fact, like, I've had bangs for so long that anytime I see my forehead, it's like jarring. I'm like super not used to it. I'm gonna put a towel on my lap because usually I cut my bangs over the bathroom sink. It's a lot less messy that way, but if I'm gonna film a YouTube video for this, I guess I'm gonna have to get a little messy. Alright, so I'm gonna get right into cutting these bangs. I cut them at different lengths almost every time. It all depends on how I'm feeling that week, but if you're trying to cut your bangs and it's been a while and you're not sure what length to do them, you can kind of mess around using a comb and like see how it looks at different lengths with your eyebrows if you balance it just right. I find that my bangs are the most flattering right inside my eyebrow line like this so that it opens up my eye, or right above my eyebrows. I think both of those are really cute. So I guess I'm gonna make a split second decision here about which route I'm gonna go for that. As far as parting your hair, if you're cutting your Hime cut for the first time or something like that, it's important to note the triangle shape at the top of the head. When I first used to cut my bangs when I was younger, I would just kind of take the entire front half of my hair and I would have these like incredibly heavy, weird looking bangs. So as you can see, this is kind of in a triangle shape. Here, let me pull these together so you can see at the top of my head. I find every time I go to cut my bangs, I realize that I made some mistake the last time and realize that there's something I want to correct. So I would say don't be afraid to make mistakes. Expect them your first couple times, especially cutting your bangs. You're gonna make a million mistakes. In order to cut your own hair, you have to have a degree of fearlessness. I have fucked up my haircut so many times, and you know, you just gotta have that not give a shit attitude about it. Like, you'll fuck your hair up a couple times if you're cutting it yourself. You just have to expect that. So what I like to do when I'm starting cutting my bangs is go right for the middle and cut to the length that I'm going for. As you can see, the hair kind of moves around as you cut. That's why I like to use the comb, because it can help you to hold the hair still and keep it from directing the wrong way. Oh my god, there's so many hairs in my eye. So even when you're dry cutting, I like to cut with a grain of hair so it doesn't end up looking super choppy or jagged or anything like that. So right now it looks dumb as hell, but this is a good guide. So I take the length that I want the mid piece to be at, and then I just work my way to the edges. Now when I get towards the edge here, I like to move the Hime pieces out of the way, just because as you can see from the way I'm cutting, I just kind of go in. I've done this so many times and I'm honestly kind of careless. It's really not the end of the world to me. So I just kind of go in and hack at my hair. I recommend taking your time a little bit more if you care more about how this turns out. Also, definitely a thing to mention is if you're cutting close to your eyelashes or your eyebrows, be careful not to cut them. I haven't done this personally, but I know people who have. It just seems like a nightmare. I don't have enough eyebrows to cut off, Jesus. And on this side of my bangs, my hair starts to go that way, so I change the direction of the scissors. Now when you get to this point where you're starting to get to the length that you want, and it's starting to look like some semblance of something you like, I like to move it back and forth a bunch and make sure that there aren't any like completely off length hairs. Now normally I tend to do my bangs like this when I'm planning on doing more punk looks for the week, because I think that longer bangs are slightly cuter, but it doesn't really matter. My bangs will grow out next week, and it's not like I'm gonna stop wearing Sweet Lolita for the week because my bangs are short. And now I look like the love child of Lord Farquaad and the boy who loved berries and cream. I'm gonna throw my hair in the classic twin tails just to put the whole look together. A lot of times I like to cut my bangs short because then I can leave them alone for a couple weeks and be lazy. If I really wanted to be committed, I could cut my bangs like every week and keep them just the right length that I like. But I really don't mind going through phases of bangs. And there you have it, folks. That's how I maintain my Hime cut. I'll probably cut it some more over the coming days. That's kind of how it always works. I'll see a hair or two out of place and I'll make some adjustments here and there, but I would say overall I'm pretty happy with this.
5 minutes later.
Oh my god, my eyeballs. Round our heads. Thank you so much for tuning in to another one of my videos. If you liked this video, please be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this.